Hello and welcome. Kia Wood, 75 from Myanmar, Burma. Okay. He's playing this kind of shit. This kind of shit early. He's playing it early. Okay. I remember studying this, and the key idea was to now preemptively get your bishop out. That being said, okay, let's continue with that vein of thought anyway. Develop pieces. Probably. Struggling for the next move here, but hmm, struggling a bit with this next move. All right, the opening has more or less concluded, and we know who's who and what's what. We got to figure out the middle game structure that we're gunning for here. I think Patrick Antonin. I think this could be reasonable. Reasonable as a final structure where his pawns are all on the light squares, mine are on the dark squares, and we just have bishop versus bishop kind of a situation. Oh, he went with the bishop for knight. I wasn't expecting that. I thought his knight would come out, we'd take it, then trade the bishops as well. But he's played a different strategy, and it doesn't really matter. The same idea does apply for us. Bishop pair advantage is tremendous in chess, as you all know. We're now gunning for some real diagonal pressure here, potentially get the queen up. I think it's time to get aggressive now. Earlier I was thinking of winning this endgame against this cluster of light squared pawns by using my light squared bishop effectively in the endgame, but that's too far ahead, and we really don't know what's going to happen in the position till that time. But this, on the other hand, feels like the right thing. We got to play a bit fast. Don't run low on time for no reason. Now, is he really going to play that? Let's make it difficult for him to play it, even though it clearly would have been one of his ideas. Okay. Hmm. He can't do this because of the queen skewering these two loose pieces once the rook captures back here. So he's gonna have to go there, which is a slightly uglier position. We can try to target this pawn, but we can't exactly unless we repeat moves and see what he does. Okay, let's come here with the rook instead then. I don't think we have to worry about any fancy mating things happening here. This bishop is just too good. Do we want to sack pieces for mobility and action? I think we do. We all want to see a sack, don't we? We all want to see a sack. This is a good one for sure. Buckling down on this. So many loose pieces in here. It's got to be right. It's just got to be right. Right? And then the momentum push with the pawn. Maybe the other bishop coming in here and supporting. The other rook potentially coming in supporting. Just have to guard against any potential shitstorm late Hail Mary attack, which could unfold, but it seems unlikely. And this knight is also not in a great position to really stop much of what's about to happen. So it's looking pretty good. Yeah, our opponent really doesn't have much to play for. That's the sad thing for his position. He's doing a kind of a wild Hail Mary, and he knows it's a wild Hail Mary. But he's like, what else can I do? And I don't blame him. Thing is, it's not an easy finish even for me. And if I give him a sniff, he might end up eating me alive. That's the other pain point here, which I didn't even properly look at. I think we have to go all the way. He's going all the way with his attack, we're going all the way with our attack. We believe that there's no mating finish for him. But it's just a belief. Well, it's knowledge. We know we can take this at the final shebang to defend the pawn should he come all the way here, and that should be a bit of a nail in the coffin, I would hope. Sometimes you need a nail in the coffin to just set your nerves at ease. I think this back rank rook here and this long-term defense of the queening square is really powerful, and it should have been unstoppable in principle. So despite his last-ditch attack, there should always have been options. But the game's not over. Not until we... Well, it's pretty much over, isn't it? Okay. There could be a late time thing, but no, not really. It can only be a time scramble. That's about the only thing he's got left here now. Let's just hold on to everything, give ourselves a lift. That's all she wrote. Can't quite check us infinitely, unfortunately for him. So we should be in the clear here, but let's capture this diagonal with the queen. Super important. Force a trade. There's no desperado. No desperados. It's all good. All right. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed watching. And a Merry Christmas to everyone from across the world. We are officially back in the 2200s. All right. The points don't matter. The points really don't matter. The sooner you realize it, the better off you're going to be. It seems like our opponent outplayed us, actually, but we still won the game. Interesting. Interesting, actually. Like, I don't understand this. 76%, but 24 or 50. Very interesting. Like, how does their AI logic even work with all this? All right. So we played the book move approach in this opening, and okay, this was an idea where I could have maybe already developed the bishop. Basically, don't care if he captures, because well, it doesn't matter. You just play a strong game. Just play a strong game approach. Interesting line, and it's going so deep in the position, but you see the middle game plan here for white, and you can see that even though there's nothing like amazing, it's pretty healthy. It's a healthy setup and a lot of control on this file, so I get it. All right. So we were basically deliberating on the bishop move, but maybe delaying it excessively. And I think this was a move I'm quite happy with, because ordinarily I would refrain from capturing a pawn, a knight here, which leads to a pawn in the center, because it always feels so bad. But in this case, it maybe works because of my knight's ability to hop in there. However, computer thinks this is better. It's still the same equation, but maybe a better structure for black than with the pawn here. Obviously, it's blocking this bishop even more. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that was unexpected move. This is all going more or less according to plan. What's going on here? This queen move was a little bit loose, I acknowledge, but at the same time, it kept greater control of the position. It was a more prophylactic move. The eventual continuation has gone like this, and well, I wouldn't be too thrilled about this as white, to be honest. It's hard work. It's real hard work to win this kind of game. Queen a4, on the other hand, I thought makes it harder for him to trade off the bishop, but it can still work out that way, actually, for him. Just, yeah, it's basically the same line here. Except, anyway, in the game, he did that move, but not the follow-up. This is great. Repetition of moves is great, okay? Yeah, so here something gave. Finally, something gave. Maybe you should have got his knight in, but this was a bit of a zinger because it allowed brilliancy. Another brilliancy, okay? Amazing. And yeah, it really was quite confident finish, although this was totally unnecessary to allow him to entertain some actual attack. That you should always minimize counterplay, no doubts about it. But we kind of like, maybe you could say, really strongly believed in our understanding of the position, and just went, okay, I could have taken the rook there, right? True. Anyway, whatever. Then after that, it was a clinical finish. Always keep the diagonal covered with your queen, because that's the only way their queen can give you a perpetual check. If you have the diagonal covered, you're in clear. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.